Yo, yo. What's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. Today is July 7/7. 7/7. Let's go. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Had a great weekend. Had a great weekend with the team, man. Went down to Miami. It was a good time. It was good. Sean, Jaden, Shay, John, Pascal, Greg, Delia, Justin, Mo, Dana, Dexter, Tarian, Steadfast. What's up, what's up, what's up? Let's get it, y'all. Get straight into it here in a moment. And yeah, man. Wow. Wow. That's all I have to say, man. Friday was a hell of a trading day. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty upset I missed it. But it's all good. It is what it is. I caught a little bit. I can't complain. I think I made like 3K on Friday. So I can't complain, but there was a lot of value Friday. There's a lot of value this upcoming trading week as well. So I'm excited for it. Let's get it. Everybody good to go? Can everybody see clear? Everybody can hear clear? Put a 1 if you can. Drop a 1 in the chat if you can hear clear, see clear. Make sure everything's good to go. And then we'll go ahead and get started. For everyone who's new here, what we usually do is we go over the economic calendar first for the data lineup this week. Then we'll get into futures. Then I'll break down and correlate the future setups I'm watching on QQQ and SPY. Then we'll get into individual names. And yeah, man. Out of the vibes, let's get it. It's a light counter at the bottom, obviously. Every time that gets filled up, Doug, to give away out of the vibes, man. Shout out to Dom for taking care of everything recently. It's been very smooth. And yeah, man. Let's get it. Alrighty, let's get it. We're going to kick it off tonight. As always, with the economic calendar. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to pull it up for you guys. Economic calendar. I'm going to show you guys exactly what I do to look at the data for the week ahead. So I go to investing.com. I'll click economic calendar. I'll go to this week. I'll go to filters. I'll clear all of them. I'll go to, obviously, the United States. 2, 3, apply. Here we go. Going into the trading week of July 8th, which is going to be Monday. Monday, we're good to go here. Nothing really exciting. Nothing at all. Right? So Monday, we're good to go. Tuesday is when the fun begins. Powell is talking actually Tuesday and Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Why? I don't know. I have to look into this here in a little bit, but these are going to be very important for sure. Depends on what he's talking about, really. But Tuesday and Wednesday, we have J. Powell talking at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then we also have Yellen speaking Tuesday at 10 a.m. as well, so that's very interesting. Definitely got to take a look at this here and see exactly what they're talking about on Tuesday. But 10 a.m. on Tuesday, J. Powell and Yellen. And then Wednesday, we have, obviously, J. Powell talking again at 10 a.m. And then Thursday is actually the biggest day with CPI, right? Core Price Index. Everybody knows what that is. In terms of market influence, this is probably a solid 8, 9, sometimes even a 10 out of 10. Market loves this data. So we'll see what the numbers are. The forecast is 3.1 to the previous 3.3. I think it's going to be very interesting. Market's trading at all-time highs. I mean, any data now is going to provide a big move. So we'll see. Biggest day this week is going to be Thursday, July 11th at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Definitely take note of that. We also have jobless claims. So my personal opinion, I would not swing from Wednesday to Thursday at least. Yes, give me 1 second, guys. Sorry. Boom. There we go. So yeah, Thursday, jobless claims, CPI. It's a big day this week. Friday, we have PPI. That's going to be at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Jesus Christ, crypto is getting annihilated right now. 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. That's going to be PPI. And then we have consumer sentiment at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So very important data there. Biggest days this week are going to be Thursday and Friday. Thursday being CPI, Friday being PPI. So very big week ahead in terms of economic data. Very excited for it. I definitely think we'll see some value in terms of the sentiment we see going into, obviously, next week with these data points. I mean, just look at this chart, right? If we look at any chart we're about to go over tonight, there's going to be a big correlance between all of them, right? Like, big correlation. Everything's very strong. And, you know, we're going to kick it off here with ES. But before we do, I just want to look at crypto real quick. We're getting fucking absolutely annihilated, man. but I still like it. I still like it. We haven't tested this demand yet on Ethereum, so I got a starter position last week, so this is where I would add my final position, like 2,700. That's where I would look for a relief bounce. If we break this 2,700, we have a long way down, so I'm going to keep a tight stop loss here, but the demand's still holding, so we're good. I thought this broke just now, but it didn't, so we're good. All right, back to the stocks now. Here we are, ES. Let me fix this chart. I mean, there's not much to say about this chart, right? I mean, there's not. We're strong, right? That's pretty much all I can say. It's to the point now. It's like I don't perform the best at all-time highs. I try just to focus on cash flow trades. I mean, we're currently trading on this monthly chart. Past few months, we've lacked volume, but we also seen that previously here. I mean, this monthly chart, I don't see a single sign of weakness yet, like nothing. Is there a massive bearish divergence? Sure. Weekly chart, is there a massive bearish divergence? Sure. Yes, it is. But in terms of price action, I mean, the momentum's still there, right? The momentum is definitely still there. I mean, look at last week, for example, right? At one point in time last week, this bar was forming a break of that previous week's low, and then we somehow ended up closing the week a massive bullish engulfing here. So that just goes to tell you how strong the market is. Like, we did form that double top. We did break the previous week's low just to sweep them and then push new all-time highs, forming this weekly bullish engulfing. So, you know, volumes, like I said on my post, non-existent. There is no volume here. This is not, yes, some smart ass said, how's the market moving if there's no volume? Obviously, yes, there's volume, but relative to how we've traded previously, this move up does not have volume, right? You can see we're rising on decreasing volume. So whoever the jackass was that said that, there's your answer. But yeah, market's strong, right? That's the bottom line here. So until we get a sign of weakness, I mean, we just gotta trade with the trend, you know. I mean, even last week, right? Like, this was a beautiful short setup, right? We had this failure to go higher, double top, like everything looked great, and then obviously we failed that previous week's low and broke all-time high. So here we are, you know, here we are. And even on the daily here, you guys can see, right? There's just the volume has not been here on this move up, which, you know, at the end of the day doesn't really matter because price action matters the most. But, you know, here we are. So what we're watching for the week ahead. First things first is we're testing the top of this rising wedge. You guys can see we've traded in this fucker for some time now. Every single time we've tested it, right? Started back here. The connector was here. That was the third test, fourth test, fifth test. Here we are testing this upper trend line for the sixth time, right? This is 6 different occasions where we tested this trend line. And every single time that we've tested it, we've seen a 1% pullback. Then we've seen a 2% pullback, and then we've seen a 1% pullback, and then we've seen a 1% pullback. So pretty much what we've seen historically, the 6 previous times we've tested this trend line, is we've seen at least a 1% pullback on the market, right? Well, Friday, we closed right into that trend line. Not just closed into it, but we actually rejected it, right? So this is where we're currently at. We're just kind of stuck between, obviously, this upper trend line, which we've held for the past, you know, 6 tests. And then obviously we now have this major demand here, which is going to be this 58.85, right? That previous resistance, which is now support. So I feel like our line in the sands here are pretty clear. So the game plan would be 2 things, right? One is if we get that pullback into 55.80, 55.90, that is a great long entry, right? And you guys can see why I just showed you. That is just a classic break and retest, right? So we can watch that area for a demand bounce here. Upside, I mean, if we do get above Friday's highs, 56.25, I wouldn't doubt we did trade higher. So I think that could be a good long entry. But then again, like I stated, I don't trade best at all-time highs. I think it'd be high risk, right? Where we're currently trading, I don't know if much gas left is left in the tank. I could be very wrong. But, you know, if we break 56.25, I would be comfortable putting it on a long position. For I think we could see at least $1, $2, maybe $3 squeeze. So, you know, we'll get there. Uh-oh, here goes Bitcoin too. Let's see what's happening. Yeah, this is a big dump on crypto. We'll see what happens. I'm not gonna stress it too much right now. How much are we down in the past couple hours? Down like 6%, yeah. But yeah, this is what we're gonna watch on ES for the week ahead. Downside first watch 55.80. Right, this is the first area we want to watch for a demand bounce. 55.80, 55.90. If we get above that 56.25, that's where we could look for that continuation setup. I wouldn't be opposed to watching this 56.25 for a potential reject either. I like that. If we show weakness up here at this 56.25, 56.30 area, I would look for a reject there. So the main levels to watch this week, 55.80, 56.25. Now, if you want to talk about continuation, it's that 56.25 to the upside. If you want to talk about like reversals, right? If we get below, if we fail this demand here, right? You guys can clearly see this is a major demand, right? Previous resistance, that is now clearly holding as support. If we fail this 55.80, right? Break it, get back below it, retest it. We can look for a short entry back down into this 55.60. If we get below 55.60, I think we'll see low 5500s. So regardless of what happens this week, we have a beautiful chart to trade from. And that's one thing I want to read it to you guys is don't try to predict the market, just react to it. Wait for one of these levels to present opportunity and go from there. In my personal opinion, I don't know where the market's headed, but I do have a trading plan, as I just mentioned to you guys. If we get above 56.25, we get a strong closure above, I'm going to long that pullback. If we pull back into this demand here, 55.80, 55.90 area, and we start to hold, I'm going to take a long entry, right? If we get weak below 55.80, this is honestly my favorite. I'm going to look to take a short position, right? So it's that simple. We just wait for these opportunities to present, and we react to them. But I think this chart looks good. The overall structure looks good. In terms of the daily, weekly, monthly, still incredibly strong. Obviously, we have this trend line holding this up, but everything looks good. So that's what I like here on ES. I'll translate that to SPY here in a few moments for you guys. NQ, here we are. I mean, tech in general, man, it's self-explanatory. You look at this chart and you already know what time it is, right? It's just been an absolute freight train. We're up 75% off 52-week lows. I mean, it's just absolutely insane, right? I mean, it's a big note here. You guys can see volume is diminishing up here as we push these new all-time highs, which is a concern. Same thing here on the weekly. Higher we go, the lower the volume is. But we're continuing to push higher, so we need to trade according to what the chart is telling us. And the chart is still strong. So until we get that sign of weakness, we just got to continue keep trading with the trend. And I think this chart looks really good. What we can look for here is the main watch, obviously, is going to be a pullback into this demand, right? You guys can see this previous all-time high resistance, which is now holding as support. So the first watch, obviously, would be a pullback, as we very much so need, back into this 2350, 2400 area for a demand bounce. That would be the first watch here. Downside scenario would be if we get back below that, right? So if we get back below that 2350 and we fail that, that's where we can say, hey, okay, we're comfortable putting on short positions. We can look for a move back down into 2200, right? So that would be the game plan there. In terms of upside, I mean, like I said, could we go higher? Absolutely. The level to watch would be Friday's highs, right? If we get above Friday's highs, there's a great chance that we squeeze higher. So if we break that 2640, then just look for those pullbacks higher. Obviously, those are new all-time highs, so there's not really many targets you can grab from, but just, focus on those psychological levels, those big psychological numbers, 2700, 2750, etc., and go from there. I think all of these charts look very good for a valid reason, right? We just broke that macro structure on ES, NQ, Amazon, Apple, all of these beta names are gearing up, so there's a great chance that we do continue higher. And if we do, I'm prepared to trade it. But if we also reverse, I'm giving you guys scenarios in terms of what I'm trading, right? So keep an open mind, and yeah, we'll have a great week. Since we're talking about NQ though, let's hop over to QQQ. Chart's pretty much the same. It's a lot cleaner in my opinion. Obviously, it's a lot less data, right? Future trade pretty much 23/6. Right, so they trade 6 days of the week, 23 hours of the day, so there's a lot more data there. These QQQ and SPY charts, they're a lot cleaner, super clean, a lot stronger as well, besides the fact of what? There's no volume, right? And I've made that very clear. Yes, price action is extremely strong. There's without doubt, right? And if you want to talk about our recent moves, every pullback has been followed by a 4 to 5 month run here on the monthly. So if we're going based off the previous pullback here, we got another a month or two of rippage, right? So we'll see. Ultimately, price action will be our telltale. So chart looks strong though, right? I mean, just look at it. It's incredibly strong. There's just no volume, right? I mean, obviously there is volume for the jackass who said the market's going higher, sure. But look at the volume compared to previous volume. It's substantially lower, and that's what I meant, right? So, for example, Friday, there was 98 million volume traded. The last time we had 98 million volume was, let's see here, 98 million. Last time, look at this, guys. Last time we had under 100 million traded on QQQ on the weekly chart was back in 2021. So that was 3 years ago. 3 years ago. 3 years ago. Last time we had this much volume traded. So that's very interesting. Daily chart's very clean, right? You guys can see here. Dips are getting bought. Higher highs, higher lows. We just put another higher high and a higher low. So trend's intact. I think our job is to look for those pullbacks. So that's what we're going to do, right? Got a major resistance here, which was that 489. We also had a major resistance here at 487, which is an untested demand. So game plan here is very simple. First pullback into this 489, 487 area. I'm going to look to take a demand bounce. This would be considered A+ for me based off the context and how strong this demand is and it being untested. 487, 489, that's the first area I'm looking for a demand bounce. If we get above Friday's highs at 496.50, I will be very comfortable going long. I think we'll see one last squeeze into that 500 psychological level. This is massive for QQQ. I mean, just think about it, right? That's a 500 psychological level. That's huge, right? So the game plan is look for that 489, 487 bounce if we pull back. If we get strong above Friday's highs, 496.50, we can look for those pullbacks to go long into 500. That 500 level, I'm very, very open, right? Like if we show weakness there off that big psychological level, I'll be open to a reject. So main watch is obviously going to be that pullback and pretty much that 500 level. So we'll go from there on QQQ. But absolutely love this chart. You guys can see this is a beautiful chart in terms of a bullish setup, right? We got that macro structure break. So now we just look for that pullback into that structure for a demand bounce. It's that simple, right? So that's what we're watching for the week ahead. 487, 489 for a demand bounce. I would consider that an A+ setup in my opinion, which in my playbook would deserve more risk. So you guys can do with that as you please. The SPY chart's very, very nice as well, right? You guys can see we just broke that base, had that nice rally base, just broke the top of that base. That is how demand is formed. We broke the top of the base, which was supply, just broke it. So now it is demand, right? So we're just looking for a pullback on SPY as well, back into this 551, 550 area for a demand bounce. Or if we get above 555, I think we can get one more nice squeeze. So if we get above that 555, just look for those pullbacks to go long at 560. That'll be the next big psychological level. I love this chart, right? I do. I also like it the most for weakness, right? If SPY somehow gets weak again, if we fail this 550, get back below it, we can look for those pops into that 550 level to go short down into this 546.50. So I think this chart has a lot of value as long as SPY moves. So we'll get there. We'll see when we get there, right? We'll see when we get there. And yeah, man, that's what I'm watching on ES, NQ, QQQ, and SPY. Let's go over these individual names for the week ahead. There's a ton of them, right? There's a ton of them. My watch list was a lot longer today than it usually is. I think I had 4 or 5 names on my watch list today. That's just because we had so many great setups, right? So that's what we got for the week ahead. Let's get it. Give me 1 second here. We're gonna kick it off with Apple, the big Apple. I mean, just look at the chart, right? Look at this chart. It's beautiful, right? It's beautiful. Apple got a much needed breather, pulled back, put in that higher low, broke that previous higher high. Chart's beautiful. This is the definition of an A+ setup. Got a overall trend on multiple time frames. So we got that in terms of multi-time frame analysis, all the boxes are checked off. Trend is maintained on all the time frames. Got a macro structure break here, right, which is going to be that 220 area. So what we're going to look for is a pullback into 222, 220 on Apple for a demand bounce. I would consider this A+ based off the factors I just mentioned. That Friday also was essentially as a first day move after breaking that structure. So if we do get that break and hold above 227, that's where we can look for those pullbacks to go long. First target would be that 230 psychological level. And that's what I love here on Apple. I think this is a beautiful chart, and I'm excited to trade it this week. You're going to notice as well, as I spoke about in the beginning, is a lot of these charts look similar, right? Look at Google. It's an almost identical chart. And that's what you want to see in a trending market. When the charts start to look the same, that's how you know what type of market we're in. So if you guys notice through these charts, we looked at NQ, we looked at ES, we looked at QQQ, SPY, Apple. Now we're looking at Google. All these big beta names, all these big heavily weighted names in QQQ and SPY. Everything's on the same page. That's how you know what type of market we're in. Obviously, we're in a bull market, right? We can all tell by the charts. They look very similar, right? So here we are with Google. God damn it, I shouldn't have said that word. I'm going to call it goggles, because if not, my freaking thing in the back is going to go crazy. Similar chart here, right? This is another A plus setup I like. If we pull back into 187, 186, that's my area. I'm going to look for a demand bounce. And if we get above Friday's highs at 191, you best believe if we get that nice strong closure above 191, I'm going to look for those pullbacks to go long. I think Google, god damn it, has potential to go into 200, right? I think Google is a great name to trade. So I keep saying it. It keeps going off. All right, that's what I'm watching here on this name. So we're going to go ahead and switch it because, yeah, Meta looks good as well. Before we go over Meta, I want to go over Microsoft though. Microsoft looks really, really good. And if you look at this chart, guess what? Looks just like Apple in GOOGL. Very similar chart. So what we're going to watch here, same thing, right? Pull back into 458, 460. We can look for a demand bounce. Or if we get above 470, I think this is squeeze territory to new all-time highs. So this is a nice chart as well. I like this a lot on Microsoft. Next, we have Tesla. Tesla. I know a lot of you guys always tag me in Tesla. Tesla was just absolutely parabolic last week. I'm not going to lie, I got some FOMO off this move. I did. I mean, I caught it day trading a couple of times. I know we traded it on that 206.50 break. I know we traded it on 230. I traded that 230 break. But I still felt FOMO. I don't know why. I feel like this was a no-brainer swing trade, and I just missed it. But it's all good. As you guys can see, this chart is absolutely parabolic. There's no second guessing that. We just broke a literal downtrend from all-time highs. This is huge. Starting point, 1 rejection, 2 rejections, 3, 4, 5, 6. We just broke out of that downtrend, and we got massive rising volume. I think this could be something huge. Right now, we're super extended, but I don't think that it's not tradable. I think there's still going to be value here regardless of what happens. And the levels I want to watch, specifically for a pullback, because we need one very so much here. First things first, we have a high risk level here at 240. We could watch that 240 level for a higher risk bounce, but my main watch is going to be this 230, 232. We pull back in this area, 100% would take a nice high conviction bounce on Tesla. On the flip side, if we continue to show strength above 250, 350, I think that can still be a good long entry. It's higher risk due to how extended we are, but I think we can see a nice squeeze into 260, 265. So this is another nice chart that I like for the week ahead. Also want to talk about Meta, right? And if you're going to notice, this Meta chart looks just like Apple, just like Google, just like Tesla, just like Microsoft, right? It's all the same, just different tickers, obviously, which gives us more opportunity. Big break here on Meta of previous all-time highs. Massive rising volume. We love to see that, right? This is a beautiful chart. In terms of looking for an A-plus setup, this would be it, right? If you're looking for a break and hold on the 5-minute time frame, what are you looking for, right? Say, for example, at 530 level, we broke it with a nice strong candle closer, nice strong big body candle paired with rising volume. So guess what? We're going to look for that next pullback on that 5-minute candle to go long. Same thing here on the daily chart. So if we get that daily pullback, which would be Monday, for example, into 530, 532, that's where we look for that demand bounce, right? So that pullback into 530, 532 is where we look to go long on Meta for a demand bounce. I also like the upside here. Friday was essentially the first day move, so I'm going to look for that second day continuation above that 541. So if we get above 541, same thing I just covered on the daily. Look for those pullbacks, target that 550 level. I think this has a lot of potential to go higher if we get that continuation. I'll also be watching for that 3-bar play. Sorry, I didn't mean to blind you guys. What I'll be watching for on Meta for a potential swing, let's say, for example, right? Market opens tomorrow. Meta decides to stay flat, right? It stays flat. Nothing really happens. It just consolidates, right? And the chart starts to look like this, right? Where we have the breakout bar here. This is bar number 1. And then we have the second day bar, which is the pause bar. It looks something like this, right? I would swing calls on Meta. My stop would be back below 530. And that's where I would look for that 3-bar play for a move higher on Meta here, right? You could also trade the 3-bar play intraday, which would be above this previous candle high. Right, so if you get something like this tomorrow in Meta, like a consolidation day, look for that swing higher, period. And yeah, man, last one I want to cover here is AMD. This was an absolute monster trade on Friday. We just broke this nice downtrend here after holding this major demand. Nice rising volume. I think this is one of the semis that could continue going higher, right? It's a good chart, a very nice chart. What I want to watch here on AMD is, one, if we break this massive structure at 175, I think this is just squeeze potential. So we can look for those pullbacks after that 175 break, target that 180 level, Or if we decide to pull back, we could watch this demand at 167, 165 for a bounce. And that's what I like here on AMD. Let's get it, y'all. And yeah, man, that's what I'm watching for the week ahead. We covered a lot. Jesus. ES, NQ, QQQ, SPY, Apple, Google, Meta, Tesla, Microsoft. Sheesh. There's one more that's not on my watch list, but I do want to cover it as well, which is Amazon, right? Amazon looks very good in my opinion. We just retested this previous all-time high resistance, which is now support, put in that new higher low, and we're building into these highs here. I think if Amazon gets above 201, this is going to be like a Google or Apple move from Friday. So watch this 201 level on Amazon. If we get above 201 on Amazon, this has squeeze potential for real. So make sure to keep an eye on that 201 level for Amazon. If you get above that, look for those pullbacks. And yeah, man, that's what I'm watching for the week ahead. It is kind of early, but also I'm glad it's early because I do have to get off. Before we do, I owe you guys a giveaway. And also, if you guys want to post a couple tickers, I'll be more than happy to check them out. Before we do the giveaway, I want to make sure Dom's here, though. Dom, are you here? Where you at, brother, man? Oh, yeah, Amazon has not been favorable to trade recently, but if we break this 201, I think this is going to be a monster trade. Go over NVIDIA? Sure. NVIDIA is just a chart where it has to cool down, and I think that's what we're doing now. NVIDIA just got a little too big for its britches, so I think we do have some nice levels here, though. What I would watch on NVIDIA is if we got above 130, I think that has nice squeeze potential. So watch that 130 level to the upside. Downside, it's very simple, that 116. Let me see. Yep, okay, Dom's here. So let's go ahead. I'm going to look at one more ticker, and then we'll go ahead and get the giveaway started. I don't want to take up too much of his time. Of course, man. Don't thank me, guys. I thank you. Thank you guys for taking time out of your Sunday to come kick it. I appreciate you guys. You guys know me, man. I've been doing this for years, every Sunday for free, and I don't plan on stopping. My goal is just to help you guys learn, help you guys make money, right? If you guys take a trade tomorrow from something that I covered tonight and made money, I'm happy. All right? Let me see. Hold on. Give me 1 second. There we go. Cool, cool, cool. What's up, Mike? Alright, let's do this giveaway real quick. Now I do have to rock out. Alright. Keyword is going to be JPAL. Let's get it. All you gotta do is type JPOW in the chat one time and you are good to go. Let's get it, y'all. There's 530 people in here. There's 170 likes. That ratio ain't sitting right with me. Takes 2 seconds to smash that like button, man. Anyway, I appreciate you guys, seriously. It's 9 o'clock on a Sunday. You guys are here chilling with me. I really appreciate that. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys got some value. At least took notes. You got some nice setups to trade this week with me. And yeah, man. Let's get it. Alright. Let's get it, y'all. Good luck, everybody. Good luck, good luck, good luck. Fernando Rosario. I'm like 88% sure that's a minty. If it's a minty, I'll do another giveaway. For Fernando, I'll still give you your money. I'm pretty sure it is. pretty sure it is. Fernando, where you at? Yeah, type something ASAP, man. I know there's a little delay, so I'm gonna give you a second. Fernando. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, he is a minty. See, I knew that. I know all my minties' names. I knew I wasn't tripping. Alrighty, so we'll run it back since he's a minty. Fernando, just DM me on DM Dom on Discord, and he'll get you your money ASAP. Alright, we'll do one more real quick. I'm gonna change the word though, because sometimes I know there's some bots in here that steal shit. So let's change the word to turbo never fails. Let's go. Make it quick, like 30 seconds. Let's go. Good luck, everybody. If Dom wins, I'm gonna give him $1,000. That stands for every live. So if Dom gets picked anytime, it's $1,000. If I get picked, everybody's got to send me $1. That's how it works. Ready? Get it. Good luck, everybody. I just see my name, so it doesn't look like I'm gonna get picked here. I mean, the odds are pretty good. Anthony, no, is this you, man? If this is Anthony, we're going to run it back again just because it's Anthony. Anthony's probably attended the most lives out of anybody. It's my dog, Anthony. Where you at, man? I know there's like 1 million Anthonys in the world, but... that's going to be crazy if 2 minties won it back to back. Anthony, is that you? Channel activity. Let me see. No, wow. It's a random Anthony. This is attended first live. Congratulations, man. Congratulations, man. First time attending. Oh, dude, I'm so sorry. I probably just got Anthony so hyped. I owe you dinner, Anthony. I'm sorry about that. He probably just got so hyped. Oh, Jesus, I feel bad. Alright, we'll do one more really quick. 10 seconds. Sorry, Dom. I know this is more work for you. Alright. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck. Oh, I already started it. Shit. Oh, well. Nico Velli. Alright, after this I had to rock out for real. I think it's hilarious how people change their name. They change their name to whoever won, they DM me. Like, come on, bro. Like, I can literally see who won. Like, come on, bro. Come on. You gotta do better than that. Nico, how many lives have you attended? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's a good winner in my opinion. Let's go. Alrighty, you guys. I gotta go ahead and call it a night. Congratulations. Damn, I think there's like 3 winners. 4 winners. Y'all gonna make me go broke. Make sure, for anybody who won tonight, make sure you read the pin message. That way you can get your money as soon as possible. Dom, I appreciate you, brother. For anybody that missed Dom's birthday, his birthday was July 4th, I think? 5th? Sorry. One of those days. Anyway, happy belated birthday to Dom, man. We love you, bro. Thank you for everything. We've been riding together for years now, bro. And yeah, appreciate every single one of you guys for taking time out of your Sunday to come kick it. And yeah, man, I'll see majority of you guys tomorrow morning for some live trading. And we got a big week ahead, man. We got a big week ahead, so let's get it. Manifesting a bright green week for everyone. Y'all trade safe. I will see everybody bright and early tomorrow. You guys know the vibes, man. Peace, everybody. You guys have a good night. Adios.